A life-threatening weather event is unfolding across Greater Sydney this afternoon. Thousands of people have been told to leave their homes, with the situation still escalating as we go to air. Emergency authorities say the next 24 hours are critical. These are pictures just in from Camden in southwest Sydney, showing a local restaurant and petrol station underwater and parts of the CBD also inundated. This is an area of Sydney that's already flooded multiple times this year. These images are from Chipping Norton in the Liverpool area of southwestern Sydney, where a soccer field has been completely covered by water. And these are pictures of Sydney's Warragamba Dam, which is spilling over. The heavy rainfall caused the dam to spill at 2 a.m. this morning, much earlier than anticipated. Reporter Ashley Raper attended an emergency briefing with the New South Wales authorities and Bureau of Meteorology. We spoke to her a short time ago.
The government has made it very clear that we're in the middle of an emergency here and that it is very much still an unfolding situation that will happen over the next 24 hours and into Monday and Tuesday. Now, the focus is on the Hawkesbury-Nepean area in Sydney's west today, but the concern stretches from Batemans Bay on the south coast to Newcastle north of Sydney. And the State Emergency Services Minister has made a plea for people who are heading off on school holidays, who are planning to travel over the next couple of days, to perhaps rethink travelling in areas where there is this concern, which stretches a long way across the coast here in New South Wales. Now, an East Coast low has also formed, and that's going to bring a lot of rain over the coming days. The Warragamba Dam in Sydney's west, the big dam in Sydney started spilling at 2 o'clock this morning. So the situation now for the Nepean River is that the levels there around the Menangle area are as high as they were a few months ago at the beginning of the year, and that water is going to flow down. So there's a lot of concern for people living in North Richmond and the Windsor area. So that's what they're looking at today, and we've just had a briefing and the Minister spoke.
We are now facing dangers on multiple fronts: flash flooding, riverine flooding and coastal erosion. So if you live anywhere between Newcastle and Batemans Bay, please don't be caught unaware by the current weather situation. This is a life-threatening emergency situation. If you know your local community is prone to flooding, then please be prepared to evacuate and at short notice.
Emergency Services Minister Stephanie Cook there. Now, Ashley, there have been in effect some flood rescues already conducted.
Yes. Now, the SES said that they've had 1,400 calls for help overnight, 29 of those for flood rescues. In one case, a woman in Holsworthy in Sydney southwest, she was walking through floodwaters. She got swept in floodwaters and had to hang on to a pole for an hour until she was able to be rescued. There's also a rescue that will happen today on the south coast at Bargo. There's a Christian camp happening there with about 70 young people, and they've become isolated. So the SES are going to have to send in some boats and vessels to rescue those people. Also, there's been, because of the weather, there's been wind damage to 40 homes, quite significant damage to 40 homes in the Wollongong area. So the SES have said today it's been a very busy night for them.
Over the last 24 hours, we have had 29 flood rescues, which is disappointing. We ask the community to be really aware of the risks in driving around or walking around. You know, it's extremely dangerous out there. Stay out of the floodwaters, and we always warn, don't drive through floodwaters, and particularly don't walk through floodwaters or allow children to play anywhere near floodwaters as well.
Now, there are about 1,000 SES personnel on the ground scattered along the coast, Miriam, but there's also ADF. Now, there are 100 ADF personnel and they're stationed in Sydney's west, and the government said today that they're going to be helping with door knocking to alert people situations for the unfolding situation, but also to help with sandbagging. Now, we know a number of months ago, March, April, there were some resourcing issues with the SES. Now, the government is trying to assure people that there will be help coming, that they're planned for it, they've stationed people, and they're very much watching this situation that's going to unfold today and into Tuesday.